Hey everybody, it's Rachel with Rachel Q Stitches. Thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining me. This is a channel mainly about cross stitching. I will throw in every now and then some quilting and life updates. In fact, this video, the first few minutes, is going to be a not major life update, just a life update. I wasn't here last week, so I just want to update my regulars. So if you like what you see, hit subscribe, like, all that good stuff. And if you are returning, thank you for coming back. I missed you guys. For those of you that reached out to me, finding out where I was, sorry. One thing I realized that this is probably how the summer is going to be. I may not film every week. I'm going to try to, but with my husband off, we tend to just kind of drop everything and go. So we may do that on a Tuesday, we may not. For those of you who don't know, my husband is a high school teacher. He teaches honors chemistry and physics. So he's off. Next Tuesday is his last day, unless the school system decides to let the teachers go early. But so next Tuesday is going to be my regular Tuesday video. Like I said, I don't know how the summer is going to end up being, since this is my first summer doing YouTube videos. So, last week, why didn't I film? Well, after my video Tuesday before last, I couldn't get into stitching. I don't know why. I just couldn't. I don't know. It's like I knew I wasn't going to be able to stitch over the weekend, and I couldn't seem to get into it, you know what I mean? And so the weekend rolled around, and Friday night and all day Saturday, we had a retreat at our church that my husband and I work at. And so we were there Friday night, all day Saturday. Sunday was regular church day, family day, and then my husband actually took Monday off. His students are all working on their projects, end of year projects, and so he figured I'm just going to take off and a sub can monitor. He's got good kids, so they were just working on their projects. So we took Monday off, and we took our daughter out to eat for brunch. It was her 20th birthday, y'all. No more teenagers. Yay! It was really kind of surreal. My husband and I try not to mourn what we're losing when it comes to our kids. They're teenagers. They are all adults. For the most part, they're out of the house. We rejoiced when we were done with sippy cups. We rejoiced when we were done with diapers. All that stuff. We love every new adventure with our kids, and it is so much fun watching them grow into adults and just doing all the adult things, and coming to us and saying, I don't know how to do this, or I need help with this, so it's really cool. As your relationship changes from being nurturer, parent, to being friend and confident, and guiding them, that's really cool. It's really, really cool. So anyway, we're out of teenagers. So we took our daughter to eat Monday, and it was raining, and had been raining, it's summer here in Louisiana, it rains. And so it had been raining and raining and raining. And Monday, after we got home from brunch, the heavens opened, and it just bucketed. And it started raining, and it was probably around 5 or 6 o'clock where my husband said, oh no, the streets are flooding. He said, we may not have school tomorrow. And so I'm going to try to insert some pictures at the end of this video of the street flooding, because it was pretty intense. So the streets started flooding, and sure enough, about 8 o'clock, they called school. So no school Tuesday. So we're like, okay, no school Tuesday. This is good. This is good. So let the water go down, let everybody deal with their stuff. We didn't hear very many reports of homes flooding. Lake Charles. Now, Lake Charles, if you remember, Lake Charles had Hurricane Laura, and then the one after it, I can't remember the name, but just pounded into Lake Charles this past hurricane season, and Lake Charles flooded. And so just kind of keep the people in Lake Charles in your prayers. They're getting it. My dad has a store out there. He said the store was fine. This is a store we had to rebuild from Laura. And so, you know, but Lake Charles is just, they got flooded. But here in Lafayette, we got no flooding. And so, Tuesday, you know, my husband was off. The water receded. We sent out doves. They brought back olive branches. So anyway, so the flooding receded and he got a call about 8:30. Now my husband goes to bed super early because school starts at 6:45 and he is usually there around 5 a.m. So he gets up about 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the morning. So usually by 8 o'clock he is toast. And so he was about to go to bed and he gets a call saying we're going to call school in the morning. You know, if we call it, we'll call it in the morning before the buses start passing. So he gets up, he goes to school, he's at school and he gets a text. They called school, and that was Wednesday, and it ended up actually being a beautiful day Wednesday, but it started raining again. And I know that, you know, there were some schools that you know, the buses couldn't get to some of the roads, and so they just called the whole parish was out. So anyway, no school Wednesday. So Thursday he went to school, and I finally felt like I had my Monday. Monday, y'all, is my day where I sit down, I catch up on my FlossTubes, I maybe watch a few movies that I want to watch, and I stitch. So I did not do this till Thursday. I'd stitched a little bit while he was home, you know, but it was crazy. We went shopping for plants because, you know, by then, you know, in the afternoon the roads were fine. So we went shopping for plants and we got some stuff, and anyway. So that is why I did not film, which is why I'm thinking that maybe this summer is going to be a little iffy on the weeklies. Hopefully I'll be able to put something out in the mornings on Tuesdays. If not, and you don't see me, I'll update on Snapchat. I don't do Snapchat. I'll update you on Instagram and let you know why. So that is our update. Retreat at church. Daughter turned 20 and we had flooding. So that was last week. It was quite the adventure. So if I pause it, my son is blowing up my phone, and so he needs some work. So he needs some help with an issue. But anyway, maybe not. So what have I been working on? I got some current stitches. And so now we're in the cross stitch part of it. 7 minutes, almost 8 minutes into my video. Calico confectionery. I picked up America. I did not work on it week before last. I actually picked it up yesterday. We, my husband and I, like I've said before, we watch British documentaries. Right now we are watching Digging for Britain. If you have not seen that, it is very fascinating. I think we're on season 5 maybe. So it's been really, really good. Really, really interesting. Hang on one second. So, Digging for Britain. Very interesting. Very interesting. So I stitched America while watching that. And I got quite a bit done. When I started it, I had gone up to the R. So I finished I, C, and part of A, and I started this right here. Hopefully, I will not finish this by Memorial Day. Hopefully by the 4th of July. I will have this one and the other Calico confectionery patriotic piece that I bought. I'd like to have those done for the 4th of July. So, there it is. I still love it. It's still beautiful. This is being stitched on 18 count coffee tea dyed Ada. And because I coffee tea dyed it myself, these squares are probably more of a 20-ish count. So I am using one thread of thrift store floss, and most of it I do believe is JP Coats. So that's it right there. America. I think that's it. That's all my current stitches. No, that's not my current stitches. Hold on. So you'll know that in May, I decided I was going to work on the Heartstring Sampleries, Sunday Stitches. I was going to try to get a new start every Monday. That did not happen last Monday. That did not happen yesterday. But I have started over a good cross last week before last. And I had started it. This is done on an 18 count, which I dyed myself. So again, it's probably more of a 20-ish. And it is, I had started it using one strand, and then the more I stitched, the more I did not like it. So I tore out the little leaves and I restarted them using 2 strands, and I like it better. So this is the old rugged cross. And I did get the new one in, so now I have 5. So I'm still going to try to, I think I'm going to try to just, you know, catch up as much as I can. But these are fun to stitch because they are words, and the letters are not as intricate as the Calico Confectionery. Those are beautiful. I love those letters. But this is a little bit faster stitch, and so I stitch this while watching FlossTubes because I don't have to focus as much. And I stitch America documentaries because I can just listen to them and not have to worry about looking up. So this is the old rugged cross. And I am using the called for DMC conversion. So this was dyed by me, 18 count, I didn't say that, 18 count, Michaels Ada, dyed by me using Dynaflow fabric paints. I like this method. I like the fabric paint method. I learned that you cannot rinse it because it'll all come out. So I do like the fabric paint method, though. It's interesting. I need to do some more, but I haven't gotten around to those yet. Maybe this summer I'll get some done. So finishes. I got 2 finishes, and I'm so excited. So you will remember Joyeux Noel by, and I see a mistake that I need to do, so it's not completely finished just yet. You'll know Joyeux Noel by Aurifil, Susan Ake. I decided after seeing somebody on Instagram doing his pieces separate, I decided to do that. So I finished day 1, and you'll see right here, I forgot this little piece right here, right there. So I need to finish that today. So I finished day 1. One thing I realized about myself, especially during this time when my husband was home. So anyway, this is this right here. I realized that I do not like stitching large, complicated pieces. It's kind of weird. I still need to finish Pandemic, which I do enjoy stitching Pandemic. I do need to finish that one, or at least work on it. You know, that's probably going to be a multi-year piece. But I like these smalls. I like doing the smalls. I like the fact that if I did just these, I could finish 2 a week, you know, and then I don't know. I don't care for the big pieces. I do like some of the big pieces where there's like maybe a band where I can finish, or you know, certain elements that I can focus on that element. Like Pinker and Pumpkin, I can focus on the house. I can focus on, you know, if she's got a vase or a flag or something like that. But the pieces that have all these, you know, like I love the look of Quaker samplers, but there's too many moving parts for me to feel like I can actually get it done, you know. So there, finish number 2. It is Well With My Soul. That's another Sunday Stitches. And this also was dyed on Michaels 18 count Ada using the Dynaflow fabric paints dyed by me. And I absolutely love this. I really do. These are the DMC colors. And I actually found a frame, and I didn't bring it. I'll show it to y'all next week. I don't feel like I'll get it. At my creative reuse store. So this is it right here. I got one done. So this is what I'm saying. These instant gratifications of finishing a piece, and you know, I feel like, I don't know, it just, I'd rather that the small pieces. I've decided that all these big pieces that I've wanted to do, I just don't like doing them. It takes too long, and I hate to say it, but I don't have that kind of commitment in me right now in this point in my life. So I got some Happy Mail, and I got some haul. And so start with Happy Mail. Y'all remember my Riolis stitch along that I did on Instagram. And when you signed up for it, you basically said that you were going to post your progress every week. You were going to tag Riolis, and you were going to use the hashtag Stitch and Stories with Riolis, and you would get a chart, a prize. Everybody who did this gets a prize. I don't know how many people did it, but it came in all the way from Lithuania, which had sat in Chicago for a while. Then it went from Chicago to Connecticut to New Jersey, back down to Louisiana, which Chicago's like, 12 hours, 14 hours from us. No, we're going to do all that. But anyway, I get it, whatever. So here's the kit. It is stitched on black Aida, and it uses their wool acrylic, and isn't it pretty? Very pretty. And it came with a little bag, reusable shopping bag, and it came with this little kit right here, and this uses their wool acrylic, so I thought that was kind of cute. Anyway, so I was excited. I've been tracking it from Lithuania, and for a while I was on a slow boat, apparently, or either that or it was stuck in Chicago for a while, and then finally Chicago cleared it, and it made its little trip up the East Coast and then back down to Louisiana. So anyway, and excuse this, I did join the Classic Colorworks Club at Fat Quarter Shop, and those came in. If you know me, you know that I am a budget stitcher, and I do like these. I think they're pretty, but honestly, I do like the variegated. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I like DMCs just as well. So I might keep it for a couple more months and just see what I get. But I think, just looking at them, I know they're, like I said, they're beautiful. Like this one just reminds me of the vanilla and strawberry of Neapolitan ice cream. Bella Rosa. But I don't see myself spending $2 for a skein of floss on any project. That's just me. Anyhow, but they're pretty, and I will get a couple more months, and I don't know, maybe I'll change my tune once I stitch with them. So, and then I did get Oh the Deep Love of Jesus by Heartstring Sampler Sunday Stitches. This was May's. So I do plan on stitching that soon. Like I said, I want to try to at least start them all. I think if I start them and they're in the bag, then when I had started the Old Rugged Cross. So as soon as I finished it as well, I just picked up the Old Rugged Cross and started stitching it. So I think that's why I want to just at least start them. So I might start another one soon. And then I decided to sign up for the Stitching Book Club, Little Women, right here. Little Women was my mom's favorite book. It was one of the first, I don't want to say grown up, I guess, big girl books that I ever read. I read her set, and so every time a new movie would come out, Mom and I would watch it. We watched the one from the 90s when it came out. She came by with I think it might have been a VHS at the time, maybe a DVD. No, it was VHS at the time. And we watched it when my dad and my husband were at a football game. And the new one that came out recently, I have not watched it because when Mom was in the hospital, we talked about watching it together. And then she ended up passing away. May 28th is when she passed away. And so it'll be 3 years. Like I've said before, she passed away 2 days before my birthday. My birthday is this Sunday. And so Friday will be 3 years that Mom passed away. So Friday I am going to kit this up. I believe it starts June 1st, maybe. I'm not sure. June 12th. That's my son's birthday. So I'll go ahead and kit it up on that day, if I feel like doing something, I'm not sure. I might not feel like doing anything. But anyway, so I'm stitching this in my mom's honor because she did love Little Women. It was her favorite. I think she identified with Joe. She never wanted to get married. And she met my dad when she was 20. And they were married in 7 months. And she said the only reason she felt safe dating my father was because neither one of them wanted to get married. So apparently they were never going to get married. And so they were married 51 years when she passed away. And yeah. So this is for you, Mom. Anyway, I don't normally cry when I talk about my mom. But May is, I'm a mess, the month of May. So you just have to deal with it. Anyway. But that's it. That's all I'm doing. I went to my favorite creative reuse store and they didn't have much. I bought a frame and a yardstick that had Borden's, and we had a Borden's Creamery and a Borden's. We have the last operating Borden's ice cream store here in town, and my grandfather was a dairy farmer. One of his endeavors was a dairy farm, and he actually sold the Borden's. So I want to make me a little yardstick box with my Borden's yardstick. I need to get my husband to cut it down for me and cut a little base, and I want to make a little box. I want to start doing some things with some yardsticks. So I bought a yardstick from that had Borden's on it. But I don't have those with me right now. They're in my sewing room, and so I'll show them to you another time, and hopefully I can get this little guy framed. But I do need to paint the frame because it's just a mapley wood color. But anyway, that's all I have today. Thank y'all so much for stopping by, and for those of you that reached out to me, thank you so much. I felt the love. The best way to get in touch with me is through Instagram. My emails get lost, and so if you want to reach me, I have a link to my Instagram in the description box below, and you know, that's usually where I'll get a notification if somebody sends me a message, and so I'll check that as soon as possible. In fact, I was about to go to bed when I think it was Shelly, Proverbs 31:22, reached out to me, and then that's when I noticed that Merritt Crawford had reached out to me, and so that just made me feel the love that y'all were concerned. So anyway, I appreciate it, and thank you so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you guys next week. Bye-bye.